All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sith Resurgence Bad Fanfiction Night. I forgot the order of which to describe things in. Yeah. Also, I'm in costume. Yay! It's fun.
Awesome, fantastic.
Yes,
I loved how there were just everyone in chat last Tuesday is like, why is he wearing a bucket?
The thing is, like, I would pull out the other version of this where you can clearly see it's even more of it's a KFC bucket, but it has my face instead of the Colonel's.
It's Celtic. It's Celtic fried chicken.
Yeah. I might do that for the next stream. Who knows? We'll see. I'm ready.
I should draw myself a costume, but I don't know what to draw me.
I told you which.
I'm already a book.
Draw it as Alenia or Aliana or whatever her name is.
No.
Okay, I'll do a witch.
I was gonna say Takara wearing blackface now.
I need to.
No, I wasn't suggesting that. I was like, just the outfit, not the.
You mean generic Sith outfit, number 353?
Because that's what she is.
Okay, first off, do not diss generic Sith outfit number 353. At least make it 357. That one's far tackier.
What about 66?
We didn't talk about 66.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do talk about 69 though.
Of course.
Anyway.
Nice.
All the time.
Yeah, I heard 69 is pretty nice.
It's not bad if you know what you're doing.
Anyway, last time on this oh god, what happened last time in this fanfic? I ask that every single week. Kylo Ren is going after her. They're at Leia's like, oh, I don't want to trust them, but you have to trust them, and it's like Poe's going to go behind her back.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, Poe was being really adamant for honestly no real smart reason. He just read the script.
Doesn't Snoke want someone as an apprentice or something?
Snoke wants Rey because Snoke read the script.
And he doesn't like Kylo.
He saw Rise Skywalker early and he was like, oh, yeah, that's it.
You see, when Lily was writing this fanfic, she accidentally dropped 2 copies of the Star Wars movie script into the universe, and that's how they know what's going on.
I can't wait till we get, like... I mean, really anywhere at this point, because I have no idea how she's going to make... I mean, she's obviously not, but I mean, I want to see the results of, like, making Kylo not even a threat whatsoever, which is hilarious considering he ends up being kind of a whoopee after a point in this series. But, like, I would love to just understand exactly how she expects there to be any kind of tension in this story.
Easy. Also, there isn't.
Forget tension. How is she going to do The Last Jedi?
You can't.
She said... We are on chapter, 6 or 7?
Oh, yeah, I think we're on 7. 7 and 8. I can't remember. Yeah, I think we're 7.
We're on. Oh my god, I don't. What? I lost what chapter we're on. I don't remember.
Oh no.
Lightsabers of Legend.
Yeah. Okay. So we're on chapter 7. We have barely gotten this goddamn fanfic off the ground in terms of, like, actual plot and what the characters are supposed to be doing.
Wait.
She says...
Chapter 7?
Yeah, this chapter 7.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She said that Aliana and Rey get together chapter 14. We're halfway there.
Oh
already.
no.
Well, that tells me, because, like, we're about halfway through The Force Awakens. So I am fully expecting it to be like a big proclamation either at the very end of Force Awakens or in between Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Oh,
it's going to happen when Han dies.
I should also make what amazes me about this is that we are halfway through The Force Awakens and we're only 78 pages into a 710 page story. We are 1/10 of the way through.
God, like, by the time it's been a long time since I've mentioned my fanfic, but by chapter 7 of my fanfic, so much more has happened.
Okay,
in
so-
much shorter period of time.
Yeah, but this
I'm
isn't
gonna
about
have
fanfic.
to
It's about this
ask you about your
fanfic.
fanfic more after stream.
You
now.
said what page? What page did you say?
So we're on page 78.
Okay.
Except
page
Twilight, you're an actual
78.
competent writer.
So, within page 78 of my debut novel, an international incident has happened, a sneak into a magical city has happened, and several revelations have happened in 3 fight scenes.
Yeah, and in chapter
by chapter 7 of my fanfic, the core conceit of my fanfic with Takaru juggling being a rebellious person who wants to fight alongside Digimon, and also being forced to go into a Digimon-specific military in order to fight against Digimon is already underway.
Yeah, like
Cool. Yeah. I also have something to share about my fanfic that I'm sort of writing in the background. And at
I would
chapter
love to
7 as well.
contribute, but I
At
can't.
chapter 7 as well, our lovely viewers here have donated $1 or more to the Celtic Phoenix Patreon, gain access to the Thunder Discord server, baby!
Yeah.
In chapter 7 of my fanfic, the characters have to retake a town from a pirate gang, and it's basically like sci-fi Battle of Fallujah in there. So, yeah.
so.
So
Long
I throw in
story
my
short,
two cents.
Anyways,
everyone recognizes that by chapter 7, get the fuck on with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
No,
Voice
you know
of
that
God.
one scene from Monty Python?
Yes, we all
Get
wanted to
on
see.
with it! Yeah, you know.
Kind of like this fanfic.
3.
Exactly. Get on with it.
Anyway,
Well, man, I'm trying to like gauge get to where we need to end because this is unfortunately too long of a chapter to do in one sitting. It's like 15 pages, and considering how long it took us to get through 10 last week, I'm trying to cut it up.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
So let's
I was
see.
saw you scrolling through, and I was wondering if you like
3,
wanted to find the end
4,
or something.
5,
I mean,
6.
Or at least the point where they
7.
can switch
just-
between.
Okay, here we go.
10
This is it.
pages.
There's that.
you could just mute everyone so we don't have to go through, so we don't get off on tangents.
no.
No, just you.
Nah,
But-
yeah, okay.
where's the fun in that?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it'd be really rude if I got cut off mid-sentence.
Okay,
Ah.
fair play. That was fair play.
1,
And that's with push to talk, folks.
3. I need about 3.5. Oh, there's no good stopping point for 3.5.
Oh, damn.
No, wait,
I'm
if
just
you
gonna
don't
make
get
it the bottom of this page. That's where it'll go. Okay, that's
Might
where
as
I'll.
well just make it
matter
something
how
else.
So we'll
dark.
swap off at the sentence. No matter how dark the night becomes, the sun will always rise.
Okay.
Oh,
That
God.
fucking line.
Oh God, we're gonna get some good lines tonight. All right.
Oh,
I
I'm
hope-
so happy.
Let's hope.
God, I
Not
hope I
fucking
marked that
motivation.
right because I'm just like, oh God, I don't want to. I don't want to accidentally give myself or you too much, which is kind of impossible considering I'm trying to balance it out. Anyway. So everyone, sit back, relax, grab a nice, delicious beverage of some sort. Remember the rules. Me and Twy are the priority speakers, so if we're talking, that means you're not talking. We like your comments and quibbles and quips, but please keep it to a reasonable amount. If you feel the conversation has died and you want to suddenly reignite a new one or add on to it after it is clear it's dead, let it stay dead, all right? Some things
That's
are better left dead, all right?
As Kylo Ren once
But
said, let the past die.
Celtic. But wait, Celtic. No one's ever really gone. So I mean,
No, we operate by pet cemetery rules. If it comes back, it's just going to kill us, all right?
Also, wrong movie.
Wait,
You know,
what?
technically, Palpatine did come back and try to kill him. So you're actually right about that.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Dead is better.
there we
No,
go.
not what that means.
So here we are, Chapter 7, Lightsaber of Legends. Ooh.
Oh gee, I wonder
It's
what's
a
gonna
gold-
happen in this
generic
chapter.
name is generic.
Unless it's gold plated and purple. I'm
Hey.
not buying.
You know what? It's really
Already,
amazing
guys.
how we literally just established the rules.
I will start muting people just with extreme prejudice
Okay.
if we don't start behaving.
All right. No, Ali, you have to twist it the other way, Ray snickered. Aliana tried in vain, but she couldn't get the fuel converter she was working on to open. I think mine's broken. You gotta turn it with your whole arm, not just your wrist, Ray said, trying to keep her laughter under control. I'm turning it with my whole body. I'm telling you, it won't budge, Aliana said indignantly. Ray was almost a sputtering mess by this point. She returned to teaching Aliana how to perform maintenance on common ship components. But Aliana seemed to have a mental block when it came to machinery. I almost said that really like musically. Machinery.
Also, I'm proud of you.
She'd been fumbling with the fuel converter for half an hour trying to get it open, but no matter what she tried, it just wouldn't budge. Ray didn't have the heart to tell her that the lock was still on. After another attempt made in vain, Aliana slumped against the wall of the engine room. Once again, technology goes out of its way. Once again, technology goes out of its way to spite me. It's a whole mechanical conspiracy or something. Would you like some
who is
assistance?
she, Miles O'Brien?
I'm sorry. You've done an insult to my main man by even bringing him into this conversation. Cole Meany doesn't need your cardi bullshit. Would you like some assistance with your task, Master? 2V said, poking his head through the door. Why should I trust you? Aliana asked with narrowed eyes. For all I know, you're in on the conspiracy. Hasn't he been like your main mechanic this entire time? Also, that's racist.
You beat me by 1 second.
I assure you, I have no intentions of betraying you, Master. 2V said with utmost sincerity, having not grasped hyperbole. You know, if I didn't have you, I'd have gone mad, Aliana said. Ray smiled softly and reached over, plucking the fuel converter from her lap. She flicked the lock and twisted the upper half and the intake hatch opened without complaint. Aliana stared at it and then glared at Ray. You let me struggle for half an hour? She scoffed. You look, you put on too good of a show, Ray said between fits of laughter. Besides, now you won't forget about the lock. Aliana grumbled before moving back to the engine. Okay, now what? Now you take a wire brush and slide it into the intake hatch, Ray said, handing her a strip of metal with a large wire scrubber on the end. And you scrub the hatch and pipes clean of smoke and residue. Aliana took the wire and began scrubbing the hatch. She grimaced, hoping not to get any oil or other forms of gunk onto her robes. She couldn't pull off the dirty, sexy mechanic look like Ray could. Have you tried? I mean, I'm not really encouraging you, but like, how do you know? Like, you're not typically the gauge for that. It's typically someone else.
Sounds like a quitter.
I mean, like, I want to make it clear, I really think Ray could do so much better than you, but knowing how this fic is written, I fully expect you to suddenly just have a grease pit fall on you, and Ray is suddenly, like, you know, you... I don't know what analogy I was going to go with, but my God.
I was waiting for you to come to something, man, but it just fell left.
Because Aliana,
to be fair, I was waiting.
Aliana has... Was it because she has too much melanin and she can't really pull off the greasy look because she just looks like a mechanic?
What?
That's crazy. Oh my god.
That might actually be racist. I don't know, honestly.
Racism? Question mark?
I was going to say something along the lines is like a grease trap will fall on you, and then Ray will be like a slip and slide down there, but like.
Something else will fall out, Ray, but it ain't grease.
There will be lubrication involved.
I was so proud of you for not making a joke on the first line, but now you've ruined it, man.
I know. I was trying, motherfucker. I stumbled and fell, but then I finally got my mojo back.
Fair enough.
To be fair, the floors are kind of slippery right now.
Double lubrication.
Okay.
Also, why does
Comedy act out.
Okay,
Comedy
let's
act
bring it
out.
back, people.
Yeah, lock in.
Where was I? How do I tell if I'm done? She asked, inside the hatch. Inside the hatch is pretty dark. Ray reached out and handed her a flashlight. Aliana looked at it for a solid 30 seconds before taking it. All right, I guess that was obvious. It's a good thing you're pretty, Ray snickered, only to immediately realize what she'd said in a split second later. Aliana paused for a moment before turning back to look at Ray with a cheeky grin. Oh, you think I'm pretty? She asked in amusement. Ray's face was flushed, and she looked like she wanted to kick herself. You're gorgeous. Now focus on the fuel converter. She turned away to hide her ever-reddening face. Oh, darling, do go on. Oh, I don't like this.
I don't like that at all.
Ew.
Is that what flirting is to Lily?
Like, this could
Such a
work. This
realistic
could work
relationship,
on anyone
guys.
that's not Aliana.
Yeah. Could it?
There are some characters that have that kind of level of
someone
charisma.
like
Yeah,
Okay,
but you
I
have
can see
to
Han pulling this.
really make it work.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I mean, I'm imagining
see
like
Han
Mina
doing
from My Hero. I could see her doing this kind of line.
Oh, yeah,
Probably,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aliana teased, shifting her weight slightly to lean against Ray. Her wide smile was half due to how amusing Ray's slip of the tongue was, and half in joy at how Ray was actually thought she was attractive. I know, I'm surprised too. Anyway,
Right.
I'm not going to go on. I'm not going to go on. Clean the converter and stop mocking me for stating a fact, Ray huffed as she pushed Aliana away. All right, Ray, you got not conflate fact with subjective opinion, all right? I just covered a whole video on that.
Yeah.
Subjectivity is implied.
He was at it for about 4 hours.
So my beauty is a fact? Aliana cooed. How bold of you to proclaim something as indisputably true. Or as indisputable truth. Oh, indisputable truth. Okay. After that, she relented, if only for a moment, and turned her attention back to the converter. Still, the smile never left her face. Aliana had managed to clean the converter of most of the dirt and grime that had built up over the years, and with Ray's guidance, had managed to install it back into the engines. I apparently don't know English.
Neither do I, don't worry.
She was actually rather pleased with herself, as ship machinery had always been her biggest weakness. Sure, cleaning a fuel converter might not be that impressive, but it was one less thing she had to rely on 2V for. And the Fury was one step closer to being back in pristine condition. Aliana wiped her forehead, only to regret her actions when she realized her hands were covered in engine grease, and she just smeared it on her face. And just like that, all my pride gone. She winced. Okay.
Right.
Teddy Bear Paladin, no questions or story, only teddy
Melting.
bears. Yes. Accurate. Also, really, pride getting grease on your forehead? Like, that's... I don't, like... People who work on engines aren't really embarrassed about being greasy. Like, my sister was a grease monkey for a couple of years. Like, she was, like, fine by the end of it. Like, that's...
Yeah, it's not, like,
grease is
shameful or
her one
anything.
weakness.
Yeah, Aliana just took one look at the Furiosa movie and said, "Ugh, grease on forehead, so shameful."
She'll never be witnessed. Ray chuckled softly, reaching to grab a rag she had on hand for just such a situation. You are hopeless. Here. Aliana expected Ray to simply hand her the rag. Instead, she came over to wipe the grease from Aliana's face herself. The act brought them in close proximity to each other, barely a hair's breadth apart. Aliana could take in every detail of Ray's impossible beauty, from her hair to her eyes, to the way her mouth quirked when she rubbed the cloth across her forehead, to the way that it hung open, perpetually, forever in that weird open-mouthed neutral
The
position.
way she started drooling. Oh, wait, no, she's actually drooling. Ew.
I'm sorry, what kind of scene are we reading again?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
A greasy one.
Wow.
Take it easy, Star, she told herself. She may be beautiful and brilliant and one of the nicest women you've ever met, but stop getting your hopes up. When Ray finally stepped back, the rag was covered in grease, and Aliana reached up to touch her cheek. It was still a little slimy, but a good shower would take care of that. Motherfucker, you still have grease on your hand. You're just getting more grease on you.
I don't think they'll be caring about cleanliness in a few seconds.
Okay, look, the greasy mechanic look can be hot, but I would never want to get literally down and dirty with that. That's just a bad time waiting to happen.
Probably, but I don't trust Lily not to make that mistake.
I'm just imagining the full body condoms from fucking Naked Gun, and just
yeah,
just like them covered in engine grease, just slip sliding all over the place.
Remember,
I beg your pardon.
I always practice protection.
So do I.
I beg your pardon.
Well, everyone should watch The Naked Gun. It's a wonderful film.
I love Naked Gun.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
I've always heard about it.
All right. Where did I leave off? When Ray finally stepped back, the rug was covered in grease, blah, blah, blah. It was still a little slimy, but a good shower would take care of that. I think I need a shower, Aliana nodded, cracking her knuckles nervously. Why don't you go find Finn and, I don't know, find lunch? Save me a seat? God, you know, if this were like an actually intense romance, there are so many lines you could say about, like, I'm gonna go take a shower. Why don't you go find lunch? And it's like, I wasn't where lunch was in the shower. And just like you could do that. Like, have fun character beats, but I don't like these characters. So, okay, caveat. Ray's fine. She's just kind of like infantilized in this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you don't like the character beats of these characters. You just want to beat up the characters.
Lightning, if you could make a Royal Guard meme out of blocking the attempts at flirting, I would be so happy.
Yes.
Please.
Please.
Oh, sure, Ray said with a smile before the image of Aliana in a shower suddenly popped into her mind. Trying to conceal the pink that returned to her cheeks, she turned and left the engine room while trying to appear casual about it. As she exited the ship, her mind couldn't stop returning to what had happened between them. Did I really say all those things? I don't remember who this is exactly. Is it Aliana or Eva? She thought as she stepped through the river. Oh, okay. Did I really say all those things? She thought as she stepped through the river, taking a moment to marvel at kicking so much water at once. What's wrong with me today? Well, you're about to go into a Broadway musical if you keep kicking the river like that.
I want to remind everybody, like, just a couple of chapters ago, she didn't even know that it was possible for women to be attracted to each other.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We gotta speedrun this shit.
Edgar Paladin says, one question. How does joining the Discord work? I'm not doing something wrong. I've never used Patreon before. There should be a link somewhere on my Patreon. I thought I had it pinned, but it's been notoriously finicky. If you can't get in, if you can't find it anywhere on the profile, then just message me on Patreon and I'll try and get you in here, buddy. Anyway, what's wrong with me today? She hadn't been this tongue-tied when she'd first met Aliana. In fact, she tried to pinpoint exactly when all this had started. Perhaps on the way to Takodana. That was the earliest point she could remember. This was never something she'd ever thought about before. She rarely ever saw anyone in a romantic light, of course. Now, of course, before, meaning before she even knew a woman could be with another woman. Perhaps that was it. She never felt romantic inclinations before Aliana because she was looking in the wrong direction. Oh, man, that old granny sitting across from her as she was working on cleaning all the products she was going to sell.
Hey,
Ray's just reflecting back and being like, oh, man, missed opportunity there. I got to get back. Got to get back to Jakku.
Of all the things to remember, the previous fuck.
Well, the reason I remember that is like that was one of the suggestions that people could have had when it comes down to like how to expand on Ray's character to make her more compelling. It was like, oh yeah, she could be looking at this old woman across from her and realize, man, I can't be stuck here doing this for the rest of my life. Like this woman across from me who is like literally on her last legs. Like I don't want to be here for the rest of my life just cleaning shit. Anyway, that's why I remember that, because it makes Ray a better character if I do. This was never before. She never felt. Ray shook her head and sighed. This was ridiculous. She'd met Aliana a week ago. The idea that she'd be romantically interested in her was ludicrous. No, she was just attractive. Yeah, that sounded about right. Aliana had admitted to the same thing, that she got flustered around pretty girls and she thought Ray was pretty. It must be that. Satisfied with her conclusion, she picked up her pace towards the castle. Is it a Star Wars fanfiction? Yes, Floof, it is a Star Wars fanfiction.
Welcome, Floof. How are you?
There's also hi, Floof. There has to be some way to track them, Poe said as they stood around the holomap. I don't like just waiting for a transport to get here. We need that map now. And I miss my droid. Paige looked at Poe with concern in her eyes. Captain, as unfortunate as it is, I don't know what other options we have. We have the Fury's frequency, but not the equipment to track it to its source. If we did, then we could safely bet the First Order would be able to track them as well, and they'd reach them faster than we ever could. And the First Order could already be tracking them, Poe exclaimed. Sith or no Sith, 1,000 stormtroopers can destroy way too much, way too quickly. There's got to be some way to figure out where Omarosa took them. Paige was quiet. The vast majority of her life had taught her that the Sith were manipulative monsters, yet in their brief encounter, Omarosa proved to be anything but. What do you mean the vast majority?
Huh?
When did you come in contact with the fucking Sith? I'm sorry, were you on first name basis with the fucking Emperor? You just casually walk around Sheev and just be like, hey, buddy, you want to go get lunch at Quiznos?
Yo, Vader, how's the wife?
I was about to say, only Leia was around for that call, so like I have no idea.
Oh God!
How the fuck she came to this conclusion? If anything, this should be Poe's internal monologue.
That was a bad joke.
Even though that's stupid too, but
the like, hey, yo, Sheev, how it's doing? Yo, Vader, how's the wife?
How's the wife? How's the kid?
Honestly,
my guy, my dude.
Honestly, I would be that stormtrooper, and my God, it would be the best way to die.
It would.
Yeah. It's like I die, but I die a legend. I would have to make sure I do that in front of so many other people.
Imagine Vader's like walking in front of you, but it's like the Emperor call where everyone's like standing at attention, and so everyone says like, "Oh, he just said that."
Oh, like in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If she were trying to lead the Resistance into a trap with a game of Lost and Found, as a general believed, the trail should have been easier to follow. As odd as she felt admitting it to herself, she wanted to find her and the others as much as Poe did. The question was, how?
Why?
The general might have an idea what to do, Paige offered, though I don't think she'll be on board. BB-8 has the map to her brother. That'll be enough for her to think of something. Poe remarked, examining all the data they'd managed to gather, as well as the planet surrounding Jakku. Unless you don't think Maz has heard anything from them, do you? Maz Kanata, Paige asked, furrowing her brow.
This is Maz Kanata. She has
my
back.
Her soul, her goggles trap the souls of her enemies.
She could kill your plot line with one sword swing.
Katana.
Oh my God.
It's possible. She is one of the Resistance's best informants. She seems to know everyone in the galaxy, really. She looked up from the holomap. We could try to contact her. Get Maz on the comms immediately. Poe nodded. At the very least, she might know about the 2 new recruits. The 2 new recruits?
Wait, hold on a second.
Who?
Are they just have they just recruited Rey and Aliana?
I think he's talking about Rey and Finn.
Okay,
but
that's
like,
what I
why
figured,
though?
But that's I don't remember them
joining.
I mean,
they never agreed to
Finn
that.
said it, but I don't think Rey agreed to it at the very least.
No,
even
so
though-
it would be Aliana and Finn, not Rey and Finn.
Right, but they're already trying to.
I guess. But even aside
she
from
might
that,
know
there's
something
also
about the
fact
fucking
that
Sith that our
freaking-
leader absolutely knows on a personal fucking level. Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course. Of
Well,
course.
not even that. Not even that. But there's like the thing about didn't freaking Aliana also like already tell Poe where she was heading? So shouldn't they have already tried calling Maz at this point?
Yeah, HJ Fies.
Maybe they don't
Return of
have
the Jedi
to-
was the worst thing to me. Was the worst Star Wars thing to me. After this, I might actually have to apologize to it. You should apologize to it in general. It's an okay film. It's not great, but
It's not the best, but
Yeah.
well, there are worse out there.
yeah.
It was
Ain't
kind
no
of
episode
boring.
2, I'll tell you that much.
I was gonna
It
say,
was kind of boring for the most part, but I think the last hour makes it all worthwhile. It's actually my dad's favorite.
like the freaking the prequels and the sequels exist, my dude. Like they're both there. Like why are you? This feels like pointing the guns at yourself. Anyway, look, I just don't see the point. All right. Finn shrugged as he took a bite of his food, his hands quivering as the subject of the conversation turned to war. You saw what they did in Jakku? They destroyed their entire outpost just from sheer numbers alone. There is no fight against the First Order, not one we can win. Floof.
Kaz Katana.
Oh, that's fucking adorable.
Floof. That's amazing. I want to have a conversation with this character.
That's like that's a goddamn Banjo-Kazooie character right
Oh my
there.
god.
Masterpiece.
Oh my god.
I
What
can
sound
already
does
hear
Nicholas
its voice
Fox
just
do? That's a
being
character
like,
from a Disney movie.
"Oh, Teddy Bear Paladin, you got in! Excellent! Welcome, buddy."
Hey, welcome! Our first
Yeah.
live viewer has joined the
I love
Patreon.
class.
Second, I was the first. I was the first.
Hey, I was
Guys,
too.
I am.
Guys,
Oh,
guys,
all of these?
don't worry. You're all very beautiful, all right? And not
I am
not in the
very
way
glad.
Aliana says.
But
Anyway,
that will not get you anywhere.
I just
Monday
wanted
we'll
the last
figure out
comment is the last thing I want to say is I can imagine that sword in the Banjo-Kazooie language goes like like the slashing sounds.
Oh,
to
yeah.
speak. Absolutely.
One day I will figure out how to finish a sentence before.
Oh
someone
my
speaks.
lightning!
Anyways,
How?
hey.
All right.
I love it.
All right. Let's move on.
Someone mentioned Disney and they clicked.
Ray sighed and laid her hand over his. We have to try at least. Otherwise, we're just prolonging the inevitable. Finn's fear of the First Order was strange. She'd seen people be nervous about them, but someone this terrified was new to her. Perhaps living on Jakku her entire life, which had avoided the interest of most of the galaxy outside of the odd skirmish over scrap, meant she didn't see most of the galaxy. Yes.
Huh?
It's just like, no!
No interest to the rest of the galaxy.
Dear
That's
God.
where this.
Maybe
where the
being stuck
Galactic
on
Civil
one
War
planet
ended.
means you haven't seen most of the galaxy. No! I need the soldier
Dear
from
God.
TF2 saying no as a voice clip. That's like perfect.
There's more. No.
no.
Rip that guy.
I absolutely love how Lily is just so incompetent at writing that not only does she think, and although granted this is true, that we forget things that have happened in previous chapters, so she has to waste page space reminding us about what happened last chapter, but also that she just has to keep having literally every single character remind us about the fact that Rey lived on Jakku and doesn't know anything.
Here you go. I've been waiting to use this one.
Reset the
Reset the clock.
Just wait.
Also, Twilight, when you said the problem is that Lily thinks, and you should just stop right there. To be honest,
Yeah.
And I would
That's
have
what I
gotten
should
that.
think.
No, but that's the problem, Kaiser. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
You can't
She
stop
doesn't
there. You need to
think.
add a word.
She
God
thinks the
damn.
wrong things.
In specific, you need to add a conjunction. Lily doesn't.
But she doesn't think. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, but hearing others, particularly Aliana, talk about the First Order, I did her voice for some reason, they seemed like bumbling fools, because that's just I mean, actually, you're not that far off from what we actually do see. Sure, a blaster and a starfighter were dangerous, but they couldn't be powerful enough to threaten the Republic. Finn, is there something else going on? She asked, gently squeezing his hand. Finn was silent for a moment. He knew that he had to tell Rey the truth about himself. That much was obvious. Even still, the way Rey looked at him with such concerning care, he was terrified that the truth would make those things disappear forever. Nevertheless, he had to try.
I'm force sensitive.
Heck.
I'm actually a Mormon. They persecute Mormons.
Oh no!
I don't know why I pulled out more. I was just trying to think of a door-to-door Christian organization.
You were. Thinking
I just
about
said the Force-sensitive joke.
You were thinking about bad writing, and Shadowversity came into mind.
I can't say you're wrong. I have to read his book someday, man.
Brandon, I think you're thinking of Jehovah's
I mean,
Witness.
you didn't have to murder the guy like that. We're not even talking about him tonight.
I had to read his book, man.
Nevertheless, he had to try. I'm scared of the First Order because I know what they can do, he admitted. I told you that I was a resistance fighter, but that was a lie. I'm a stormtrooper. Rey sat back, surprised. She'd always felt an odd vibe from Finn, but she hadn't been expecting this. You said you were a stormtrooper. You're not anymore, she asked. Finn shook his head. On my first battle, I couldn't bring myself to shoot the villagers they wanted wiped out. I decided I wasn't going to kill for them, so I ran. His hand was shaking, and he avoided looking Rey in the eye. Right into you. Right into the end of my staff, you mean? Rey quipped, trying to keep the mood light. No. He's opening his fucking heart to you, Rey. Excuse you.
You're not being glib about this.
Damn.
Like,
what a fucking asshole. Yeah, she is.
It resulted in a restrained laugh from Finn, more like a strained laugh from Finn, so it worked a little, at least a little. No, that could mean you made him very uncomfortable. Finn, you did the right thing by leaving them, Rey assured him. You said no to their evil and refused to be a part of it. That was the right thing to do. But now you can keep doing the right thing by standing against them, by stopping them from killing any more people. But they can't be stopped. They have millions of stormtroopers, weapons that could make the Death Star look like a probe droid, Finn said, squeezing her hand. And I have a lot of experience with probe droids.
You had a chance to resist, and you just went for it.
Yep.
When have you known?
You could say he really probed it.
I have hope for you. Okay.
Boldest word said on this yet.
Well, then you are lost.
Finn said, squeezing her hand. And a crack squad of Elite Force sensitives. That's a way to phrase things. How is there any hope for that kind of power? Against that kind of power? No matter how dark the night becomes, the sun will always rise, Rey said soothingly. We may very well live to see the light return to the galaxy, but only if we stand and fight.
Wasn't that the switch off?
Okay, but like if you're in a spaceship, you could just constantly hover behind the planet out of the sun's light. Like you can just do that. This analogy kind of breaks down when you have Interstellar's flight power. Right?
What's the Holdo quote? Yeah. I forget what the Holdo quote is about light.
The sun is still there, even if you can't
in the
see
sun, it will vanish or something. I don't know.
Hope is like the sun. If you only believe it when you can see it, you'll never make it through the night.
Yeah.
They clearly don't understand the concept of sun discs.
Well, yeah, the sun disappears when you stop believing in it, doesn't it?
Of course.
I mean, doesn't any analogy break down on
guys, we've been over this. 1 trillion lions beats the sun.
Okay. Guys, enough.
All right, Twy, pick on up.
Ah, fuck.
Can't say I didn't tell you.
Yeah, I know, but I was dealing with some bullshit on my video.
Unfortunately.
Where did we...
The line that I just read was, no matter how dark the night becomes, the sun will always rise. The line that you're picking up on is, Finn was surprised at how poetic.
Right. I got it. I just needed a line in order to do a search. That's all.
Got you kindly.
Also, the bullshit that I'm currently dealing with right now is somebody trying to defend the fact that Lily wrote Stockholm, despite the fact that it's against Canadian law to write children in sexual situations.
Oh my god. How do you
Jesus Christ?
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. What? Stop. Wait, what?
Look, that's a whole can of worms.
Google it.
Okay, first off, no.
Do not Google it.
Do not actually no. Don't Google it. Don't.
Look, just wait until June the King's video and just continue.
Pretty much yes.
I just want to read this out.
Oh God. Okay.
I said, they said to me, "Wow, it's almost like people can read or write fanfic about all sorts of horrible things and not have a moral compass of their own. Who would have guessed? Your puritanical bullshit is showing." And I said, "Moron, I am not the prime minister. It is a fact that it's the law that you shouldn't write about children being put into sexual situations. It's not puritanical to say that she broke the law. Are you actually stupid?"
Also, she's a hypocrite because she judges other writers by the same metric. So who gives a fuck?
Quite frankly, if the law ever learns about Lily, she will have to flee to the United States for sanctuary. Like, that is a thing. And, like, we will kindly say, please leave. We don't want you here.
She's not from the U.S.?
She's Canadian.
No, she's
Canadian.
Which is why I brought it up. Like, she wrote this thing that is against Canadian law. Which
we don't want her. Put her somewhere else.
Exactly. That's why I said she'll be stopped at the border.
Thank God.
Quasimodo, this is your sanctuary.
Like, this whole conversation started because this person thought that I was being hypocritical for saying that Lily should go to jail for writing her fanfic, but also that people don't have to necessarily write things that they are interested in, that they can write outside of their desires, their needs, their likes, whatever. And I said it doesn't matter because it's actually against the law.
I mean, yeah, it's Twilight was basically just pointing out, like, yeah, no, it is a thing. She actually has violated the law. That's it. It's Now, whether or not she, like, I honestly don't think she should be arrested for it. You're allowed to write whatever the fuck you want. You're allowed to be judged for it. Like, that's perfectly fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just for it in a court of law.
But all the same, like, the law is there, and if anyone were to catch her on it, she'd be kind of fucked, I think.
Yeah.
She would only have herself to blame.
Wait a minute, is it because it's ponies that do you think that she would make an argument they aren't even human, so it doesn't count?
Okay.
All right, no, you know what? We're not going down this route. We're not going down this route.
I've never heard
Yeah,
of
no.
pony defense
No.
Guys,
June the King and move on.
Okay, enough,
Okay,
guys,
all right.
enough.
Let's actually get right to this.
Enough.
There's
All
an
right.
echo on that.
Yeah, can I get that as a soundbite with that reverb?
Finn was surprised at how poetic Ray's words sounded. But they did make his anxiety settle just a little bit to be more open to listen. He stared down at the table and thought long and hard about where he was going. Was it really worth it to run? Would the First Order just find him anyway? He'd risk his own death a lot more if he did try to fight, but... was he really all that safe anywhere? If he was still afraid on a smuggler's planet with a war hero and a Sith always nearby, would he really feel safe anywhere? Maybe you're right, Finn nodded. I'm already afraid even now around friends. I'd be even more afraid alone. Afraid of what alone? Aliana asked as she sat down beside Ray. What's going on? We are talking about whether it's smarter to stay and fight or hide, Finn explained. Fight, Aliana said matter-of-factly. If you fight, you have a chance of winning. If you hide, you're only prolonging the inevitable. The First Order would conquer more and more of the galaxy, and you'd soon run out of places to hide. We might not be able to win, but we definitely won't win if we just lie down and give up. Yes, thank you, Ray smiled. Aliana had a knack for being there for her when she needed it. What?
Oh, but so you're not encouraging him because it's the right thing to do?
Aliana smiled at the plate they'd saved for her and dug in, happy to finally have something to eat after hours of working on the ship. She was curious about what their conversation had entailed, but shrugged and let it slip from her mind. Any word on Maz? Any idea if she's making progress on a transport, she asked. We had asked her earlier, Finn answered. But then a Rodian, Ray corrected. That, yes. Pulled a blaster on her and it turned into a whole thing. She's dealing with that right now. Told us that we'd have an update later. Aliana sighed in exasperation, wondering exactly what was going on with Maz. If only Aliana was there, then she would take care of it in like 5 minutes. The previous times that she'd been...
The fucking Knights of Ren being DLC.
It's too good, man.
The previous times that she'd been there, she was able to summon ships and crew as if from thin air. And now she was struggling to find even one. Probably the First Order making more people skittish. Frankly, if her ship hadn't been ID'd, she'd just fly there herself. In fact, she wasn't above just doing that and damning the consequences anyway. Well, guess we'd better get comfy here, she shrugged. When Han gets back, we need to see if there's any favors he can call in. Maz had only just taken care of the Rodian when her holo terminal started to beep. Curious as to who would be calling at this hour, she flicked it on and was delighted to see Poe Dameron's face staring back at her. Captain Dameron, she smiled. To what do I owe the pleasure? A question, Miss Kanata.
For another time.
Your connections run pretty deep. Flatterer, she said with a coy smirk. Are you familiar with the Sith Lord?
Wait, how is that a flattery? You have a lot of connections. Like, thanks for the compliment, I guess.
Taking a fact, I guess. I don't know.
It's a fact. Like, I have.
I think it's a compliment in the sense of, oh, my reputation has preceded me, kind of way, kind of shit. You know what I mean? I guess
You have Riz.
Yeah.
You know,
was
this
that a soundbite, or did they actually?
Quite frankly,
No, that was me.
quite frankly, this fic would be improved if Lily was using like current day slang instead of all this. Right? Like, it would be worse, admittedly, but it would be funnier.
It would be funnier.
Yeah, his lightsaber.
God damn it.
Like Poe says your connections were pretty deep, and then she says a very demure of you. I don't know what demure means at all, by the way.
Go away.
I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind with this fic sometimes. I feel like I lose my mind at some point with every fanfic.
You do.
Hang on, guys.
Don't worry, I'll just keep the comedy routine going. It's just the comedy routine of my life. Good question for another time. How much money will the DLC for the Knights of Ren cost? It'll cost $5 per night. And they don't actually interact with the story. They're just companions that stand off to the side. And the best you're going to get is occasionally they'll have a one-word comment on the things that are going on. That'll give you the illusion of maybe a hint of maybe the faintest whiff of a personality. But they don't actually, do too much. They are, however, super good in combat and break the entire game.
Okay, I'm back.
So the disappearing.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Still better than Tekken 7's DLC.
All right. Are you familiar with a Sith Lord by the name of Darth Amorosa? Poe asked. I may know the name, Max replied.
Max?
I was like, wait, Pat, like...
Okay, so no joke, I just looked at my keyboard. Yeah, the Z and X key are next to each other.
I was like,
but you still...
Yeah, it's called spell check, but or like double
spell check has been a thing for like 40 years.
Who's this?
That's why I
also,
use
Maz just being like, wait, like the restaurant chain? It's like, no, not like the restaurant.
Even if spell check doesn't say that Max is dinged as wrong, Maz would. So the fact that you wouldn't see the little red squiggly line underneath would indicate that you spelt it wrong. But even then, it just goes to show that Lily doesn't proofread her own fic.
No, not at all.
No,
I mean, she's not an editor. She's a writer.
I was gonna say, like, this seems to be a common mistake. All you would need to do is Control F max, and you would find all the instances of her using max out of proper context.
Yep.
There is also the option in Word where you can just right click on a word that Word says is wrong, and you can just say stop underlining this.
Oh yeah, you can tell it to add it to the dictionary if you want.
Yeah, but
That's
if
dangerous for a number of
you-
reasons.
Yeah, it is dangerous for a number of reasons. For one thing, like I said, it's good for if you think that you can easily spell a name wrong by just accidentally hitting the wrong key. You can still use that in order to figure out whether or not you did that. But
Floof, you make her look too cute.
Dang.
Y'all didn't hear my phone call.
The
I'm for some
eyelashes are so good. My goodness.
Oh, that is Floof's like bread and butter.
yeah, that's his signature
Wait,
thing
who's
that
this
lets you
supposed
know
to
that
be?
it's his art.
That's supposed to be Aliana.
Oh.
You know,
okay.
you know, Floof. You know, the profile pic that Moopa has of Ruby. That's Aliana.
I don't think I like how good this is. What? Oh,
Oh.
no, I like this one better. I like this
Oh,
one.
Take it for what it
perfect.
is, it's decent art.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Ah.
Wait, hold on a second, guys. I have the perfect soundbite for this. Did I play?
You did it.
Also, I mean,
Yes.
aren't we kind of like overhyping a simple spelling error when it's obvious that
That-
Lily is going to do a
yeah,
lot?
Okay.
we're moving on, Dread.
I know, but
No, stop. Enough. I will meet
I
you.
haven't been doing anything.
No.
We're performing a surgery. We're performing this like. Never mind. I was gonna make like a
There
surgery
we
on a
go.
great joke. Never mind.
Max replied, feigning deniability. Has she caused any problems for you at your and your cause? Quite the opposite, in fact, Poe said. She might be the best thing to happen to this resistance in a long time. Oh my god.
Wow. Okay. Of course. Yeah. Good for
Yay,
her.
she's so good. Yeah.
Is that so? Maz asked. What has she done to warrant such reverence?
Good question.
Saved my ass. Yeah.
I'm like
Saved my ass, for starters, Poe answered somewhat sheepishly. And has offered the Resistance aid in one of our most important missions to date. She's offered to rendezvous with us back at HQ, but she's gone dark for a while, and we don't know if we can wait much longer. Well, I have seen the young Sith, and it seems that she's the reason your mission went so badly in the first place, and she's determined to fix it. Maz explained, leaving out the detail that the Sith and her companions were on Takodana as they spoke. The Sith had demanded secrecy, lest the First Order be tapping transmissions. She didn't stay long, and she left with 2 companions. One of them is strong in the Force, considerably stronger than the Sith herself.
How do you know that?
Everyone just knows it.
The Force
Yeah.
told her.
It is just
How the Force works.
Ryan Carson is
It's
correct.
like-
Max is Maz's twin brother. He only entered the scene right now because he's a recluse who's going out for some milk.
But what about Maz
Some blue
Katana?
milk.
Also, Sora Hart asks, Twilight, when do you stream Digimon now? On Monday? I imagine there's a question mark at the end of that.
No, I try to stream on Saturdays. It's just that I've been having sleep issues, and I didn't think that I had the energy to stream last Saturday. So I thought that I would have everything sorted out by Monday, and I was horribly, horribly wrong about that. And I just had to live with it because I'd already scheduled it. But no, I'm gonna start streaming on Saturdays again. Monday was just an anomaly. Let's see. Really? Poe said, notably impressed. He thought he remembered Amorosa saying that she was traveling with others, though he didn't remember her saying that they were strong in the Force for whatever reason. Well, if those 2 are willing to join the fight, they will hear no argument from me. I'm sure that will be good news, Maz nodded, wondering how she could prod the resistance to Takodana and speed up the collection of the Sith and her companions. Then an idea hit her. You know, I have sensitive information that might be useful to you, but you'll need to come here to receive it. I can't share it over transmission. Poe nodded. Understood. I'll be there with the light force. If we can, with the light force, if we can spare the people. I'll be seeing you in a couple of days then. Nodded.
I have a laptop that you might need. Understood. I'm bringing a full battalion. It's like you could just come by on like a plane. You can just stop by on a skidoo if you really wanted to.
But you see, Poe has the script. Remember?
True. Fair. Taco donuts. Oh, that's adorable.
That's so good.
Oh my god.
Floof, where have you been? You need to join this stuff more.
I miss Floof so much.
Yeah.
She knew no matter how dangerous the situation, Leia would never pass up information from her. She just hoped that she didn't alert the First Order as well. As she shut off the holo terminal, she looked out the cantina at the three that sat together at the table. A stormtrooper, a scavenger, and a Sith walk into my bar.
I was like, I hope I didn't alert the First Order. It's like, oh, wait. I CC'd the First Order on this message to Oscar Isaac. God damn it. I always do that by accident.
Fucking email filters.
Mexicora's Mexican Oh, is Alcami
like I
here?
said, with their powers combined.
Zalkami is not. He's getting so close to being done with the next episode, and I'm pretty sure the next episode of Blood Raining Nights has Mexicora's Mexican restaurant.
Oh, thank God.
We should return to that. We should return.
Oh.
It has been quite a while since we read some of like our really early bad fics. I like
think
you
that was
said
one of my first fanfic night I joined, I think.
because you said that you didn't even remember reading Forbidden Fruit, The Temptation of Edward Cullen.
Oh,
right.
Gosh.
Oh.
The
Oh,
glory.
God. We should just
The
read
what?
Triple H. We should read 30 H's on stream. That could only go well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Feel free, do that. When can I do it so I can be in a different country?
It won't help. We'll be proclaiming the glory that is 30 H's to the entire internet. There will be an awakening of awareness. Everyone will open their third and fourth eyes. All right, that's how this works.
Of course, 100%.
But what
I
about the
get a
fifth
new
eye?
hat, new pronouns. You cannot contact your mutuals ever again.
What about the fifth eye?
Okay, enough brain rot. Enough brain rot.
The fifth eye is the DLC. That costs extra.
Well, I know nothing is just a heretic. We had to go off on him for a little bit.
Tiny bit, yes.
I know something.
All right, he finally had a lead. Taco Dana. At the very least, it wasn't the map, the girl, and the Sith. It was something that could lead him to any of the three. Kylo Ren set down his data pad and picked up the tube of metals and wires that was swiftly becoming his new lightsaber. With a lead to go on, he could have a strike force on the planet within a few days. The rest of his men weren't so optimistic. Phasma and Hux were challenging his authority more and more, believing him to be obsessed with finding Skywalker and getting revenge on the Sith. They could see, once he had everything he needed. They would see, once he had everything he needed. He would crush them both and take the girl as his apprentice.
I just got the funniest fucking idea. Kylo Ren keeps building new lightsabers. Aliana keeps fucking stealing them and giving them to her team. By the end of the story, every single hero is just equipped with one of Kylo's lightsabers.
Okay, so guys, I think we might be giving people the wrong impression because we all have red lightsabers.
Don't worry, I'm sure Aliana will like
plastic toy red lightsabers you get from Walmart, and he's like, "Look, I didn't have time."
I had to run out to the store, and look, it's close enough to real.
Mysterious.
I paid $200 for this at Disneyland. Please don't ruin this for me.
It's just a toy.
As
It's all
he
they
looked up,
had.
stop.
Okay.
As he looked up from his lightsaber to double check his data pad, he froze when he saw someone sitting across from him. The same girl he'd incapacitated on the Fury, talking as if other people were in the room. He blinked and she was gone. Odd, he
What?
thought.
Is he gonna start?
Oh, I know what she's doing.
Yeah, they're doing the Snoke visions.
Oh, they're doing the Snoke visions. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, Snoke? No, this is like the thing that was happening in Last Jedi.
Yeah,
Oh, those.
Snoke was the one making that happen. I thought, wasn't that?
Oh,
Yeah,
that
he
was
was.
Snoke.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
fuck.
why is he doing this now? He did that when Rey was actually significant to Kylo.
Good question.
For another time. All right, let's continue on.
Was it a sign from the Force? An omen of what was to come? Sorry, I skipped a couple of sentences. Odd, he thought. Nothing like that had ever occurred before. Was it a sign from the Force? An omen of what was to come? Surely he saw that girl for a reason. Surely that meant he was destined to take her from the Sith and her disgusting nature, teach her the true power of the dark side and take her as his apprentice. His thoughts went back to what he felt aboard the Scepter. He sensed the Sith's feelings for the girl. Such feelings were a blight on the Force. The Force ran strong in bloodlines, and this Sith was willfully dooming her own to extinction. Once he had the girl in his clutches, she could see the vile creature that he had saved her from, and look upon him as her hero. That would be the twist in the blade that he imagined plunging into the Sith's gut. The ultimate price for her insolence and his humiliation. Outside his quarters, a few passing stormtroopers stopped by the door and leaned their helmets against it. Is he muttering to himself and cackling? One of them asked. Guy's gone off the deep end. You ever thought about quitting and working for the Sith? Quit how? Our severance package is literally severed in half, Carl.
Is to be literally severed. Okay.
Wow. Was
Also,
that an
I-
attempt at comedy?
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say, man, I can't believe Kylo Ren is homophobic.
Also, I'm gonna
And
double
you
check
really-
what's
this is a
the
Lily
next
fic.
natural
Come
breaking
on.
point. Let's see. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we end here, we have about 8.5 for next week. I think that's probably a safe place to stop.
Yes.
Honestly.
This is a decently sized chapter, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna put
Here,
this.
I have work tomorrow morning, so good night.
Good night.
Night.
Forgive
Good
the
night.
incredibly large tangent in the voice chat.
All good. Well, sometimes all good. We do try to cut down on that.
Okay. I see
Whoa.
opinions.
Oh God. Oh.
Oh no.
Wait. Okay, I'm gonna read this out. Give me a moment here. Now I do have
Oh,
to
no.
find a job in there. So this is where I'd leave. Rant to the text to avoid disturbing the peace. The Sith are, even a material that treats them in a greater light, near universally a force of suffering and strife for the Star Wars universe. The Old Republic is no exception. Try and play goody-goody with light side all you want. I scroll back up. You are fighting the on behest of a destructive society based off Sith code. They glorify violence and the strength to take what you wish from others, with higher ranks in a race to backstab each other for the positions and influence. They show immense callousness towards their own people, as well as showing immense racism between their own state doctrine. Own estate doctrine. If you go light side, you are still a bad person, but one with perhaps a code and pet the dog moments, which I think makes for a fascinating character exploration. All this is to say that Aliana as a character is a complete waste of all these ideas. I can see how one could cherry pick a narrative of, oh, these dogmatic Jedi refusing to see good and nuanced Sith, what bullies. There are moments where the Jedi's assurance in the righteousness leads them to be bad people, especially in the Sith Empire PC stories. You still kill people fighting for an objectively better cause than yours. There is a reason why the Sith are stocked to the brim with power-hungry, iron-fisted tyrants. That is not an accident. Suffice it to say, Lily forgot all that. Anyway, good night, and have nice to have joined you for all this brief excursion. Please forgive my giant tangent. It's a good tangent.
It's good stuff.
It is really
It's a
good.
good. Yeah,
That
that
was
is
good, man.
actually well put.
To give a single thing, a lot of people forget in the Knights of the Old Republic, there was a single Sith on the Council of Sith that was basically the one adult in the room stopping people from like attacking and killing one another and actually forcing them to like actually fight the Republic. And guess what? He gets backstabbed and dies.
Of course he does.
Yeah, it's actually funny when you play the Sith by the like Imperial intelligence or whatever. A lot of the times you like come up with a really elaborate plan and some Sith just fucks it up because they just have a moment and kill like a major aspect of the plan. So
Because they just can't help themselves.
Yeah, it's like you're a bureaucrat whose bosses happen to be a bunch of psychomagic space wizards.
And
So-
no, it's basically like, okay, guys, the plan is going forward. We just need to not kill anyone until time is oh, god damn it.
Right. Well, this has been. Thank you for the kind words. I do have to go to bed. I have to get. I work in it.
Yeah, of course.
Anyways,
Get your rest,
well,
man. We'll be winding down here anyway. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a good time, and I hope you enjoyed that little dissection of exactly why Aliana doesn't work the way that she thinks that Aliana works. I mean, honestly, she doesn't work for any number of other fucking reasons. It's all just bad. But yeah, if you guys like this, please remember to support on Patreon. Check out the merch link down below in the description. And other than that, I think. Oh, and everyone love Floof's art because it's adorable. Even when he's drawing memes, it's super cute.
It's the best.
Ray, I don't know what she looks like. Have you never seen the sequel trilogy? I mean, I'm not presuming, but anyway.
Honestly, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
It kind of looks like Kermit the Frog in a toupee.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Ariana, I do not think that we're going to go. What? I'm sorry, Kermit. What's worse, letting my girlfriend die or murdering half the galaxy?
Well, I mean,
murdering half the galaxy.
Well, I mean, like, no, are we asking regular Kermit or Devil Artemis Kermit?
I'm referencing the Kermit that's like kidnapping Jack Black.
What?
Let's play Devil Artemis advocate and go with DAU Kermit.
Do you not know that scene? There's a whole scene where the Muppets kidnap Jack Black to host the Muppet Show, and Kermit's like, "Did you guys kidnap
Fake
Jack
Muppet
Black?"
fan.
That's a real thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's like
That's great.
Kermit, which is worse, letting the Muppets die or kidnapping Jack Black? Kidnapping Jack Black immediately.
Anyway, has priorities straight.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. Next week will be a little bit longer, and hopefully these chapters don't keep getting longer because Jesus Christ, I want to finish this. I want to finish the first arc of this fic at some point.
We can only hope.
Eventually.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
hopefully people don't talk as much.
everyone stares slowly at Dreadnought.
I don't even
Okay, that was not me. That was not me.
Everyone have a good
Oh,
night,
not to,
and we'll
for the
catch you
road.
all on the flip
Deuces.
side.